Hi guys, and welcome back, finally, to another episode of my Pokemon Battle series, The School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. So, got that out of the way. It's been 2 weeks, I've been gone, we haven't had any episodes, and we've had the April IC run from April kind of going on while I've been away, and I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Just want to say a massive shout out to each and every one of you that has been tuning in and leaving comments and interacting and stuff on the channel while I've been away. It has been amazing. So what else has been going on? So you guys know I've been away to Mexico for 2 weeks, had an amazing time. In other words as well, I proposed to my girlfriend, so we're engaged now to be married. She said yes, so that was huge news as well while I was away. So really had a lovely time away. Weather was brilliant. Mexico is such an amazing country, full of most friendliest, most hospitable people that I've ever met. So if you guys ever get the chance to go away or want to plan a trip away somewhere nice, definitely put that on your to-do list, because it's definitely a place that you want to go and see. We've had the NBL kind of really kick into gear. We had our match, our week 2 match, Team Leaky versus Team Dreamball on Saturday just this past week, and that was a really cool match, so we featured that on my channel. This week coming up, we have a match against Team Juice, so that is going to be super interesting. They've got a really cool team. Their squad's awesome, so it's going to be a really cool match. We'll be doing the team building episode, which will be going up on my channel on Friday, and then the match against Team Juice will be up on Hibiki's channel on Saturday. So do get behind us, do start rooting for us, because it's kind of getting to the point of the season now where we're going to have to start pulling out some big wins and start kind of grinding our way and getting really into the tournament. So the hype is starting to get really good surrounding the NBL. I'm back off holiday now, so I'll be able to get a bit more interactive with that. So I've missed out past 2 weeks, but nevertheless, things are starting to roll on. Just to keep you guys in the loop as well, for the rest of this week, we will kind of just be doing School of Hard Knocks. I'm going to leave the QR code and a double battle spot series till next week, and we'll start fresh with that next week. We're kind of picking up from Wednesday, so we'll play with this team this week and into next week, but we'll kind of pick up with the other series and stuff like that going into next week. So I hope that's alright, guys. I know it's been a little while, but I'm just trying to catch up on things, because this weekend there is a regional happening in the UK at Birmingham, Saturday and Sunday, and it will be streamed and I will be commentating. So the Pokemon Company have kindly asked me to come back and commentate again after Sheffield Regional, so super hyped about that. Do tune in for it, guys. I will leave a link in the description below for where you can find the streams. It'll all be on Twitch, so do tune in over the weekend. It would be great to hear your thoughts and comments on how I do over the weekend, because I'm always looking to improve when I do these sort of things as well. So do get in touch, let me know if you have checked it out, how I did and how you just generally enjoyed the event altogether. I imagine it's going to be a pretty fun event, because we're kind of getting to the closing end of the season now, creeping up towards Worlds. So there'll be a lot of players that are attending that have already got their Worlds invite, testing things out and stuff like that. And then you're going to be having the group and the crop of players that will be pushing for that World's invite still. So it's going to be a really, really interesting tournament. And I know there's a lot of high caliber players going. So it should be very fun. I'm going to be joined on the desk by my good friends Jay Blake, Sebi Ernst, and the one and only Marcus Statler. So that is going to be amazing. Like, I'm so looking forward to it. Outside of just the battling, just hanging out with those guys and being on the stream as well is going to be amazing. So do tune in for it, guys. I will mention it later on in episodes throughout the week, so you can just be reminded. But anyway, getting on to more pressing matters. We are in the School of Hard Knocks and we haven't had an episode for a while, and we had a lot of kind of suggestions for me to build a team and play Hariyama. So I went away over the 2 weeks, kind of put a team together. I haven't had a lot of time on holiday in between things like that, but I have put the team, which you can probably see on the screen, the art below where the team is made up of. But we'll jump on to the battle spot ladder. I think the ladder has been reset, because when I was logging on, so the rules and regulations, it must be a new season, so we'll not have that high rated players, but hopefully like everyone's on the same kind of level. So just to quickly run down this exciting team, we have Hariyama, Nihiligo, Tapu Fini, Flygon, Arcanine and Gigalith. So I'm really excited to use this. It's got some quirky features in it. It's got some Pokemon that you don't see too often. It's got some Pokemon in there like Nihiligo that are starting to get more popular as the season's kind of going on. And the more common things at the minute, like Gigalith, very common, very good in Trick Room. We've got Tapu Fini there that's, been used nearly since January, and the Arcanine, which is on every team that you see probably on the battle spot. But I had to include it in there because we needed a fire type and we needed the Intimidator, so it did make sense. But we'll not get into that anymore. We'll not delay getting into the matches anymore. We're just going to hop straight in, try and find an opponent pretty quickly and see what this team can do. And hopefully as we go through the battles, I will explain the team as we go, because it's got some interesting picks on there. What music are we going to go for? League title defense for our first back. Yeah. Oh, and before I forget, we have a very special announcement to make. I want to give a big shout out to Daniel. Daniel has it on as his username. It was his birthday on Monday, so I want to wish him a very happy birthday, and I hope he had an amazing birthday. And he's just a really awesome guy and a very good up and coming player. So hopefully someday we'll get him on the channel and we'll have like a best of 3 and things like that. So that'd be really cool. But big shout out to you, Daniel, and hope you have an amazing day and the rest of the week, birthday week, obviously. So anyway, we have our first opponent of the day, and they are running a Hariyama as well, so it's all about the Harry today. They are running a team of Hariyama, Lilligant, Tokol, Bravery, Garchomp and Nihiligo. So we do have a bit of a mirror with the Hariyama and the Nihiligo there. We need to be careful with that Bravery because of the Intimidate, activate that Defiant boost. There's also that core of Lilligant and Tokol with the Sun core there, so we need to be careful with that. We do have our own Gigalith, but then Gigalith is pressured quite heavily by the Lilligant, the Hariyama and the Garchomp, so we need to be able to work around that. So how are we going to approach this? I feel like Nihiligo is a good lead here, and possibly Hariyama. But because we've got the Nihiligo out front, we need something that we can switch in to any fighting type attack. So I do want to bring Tapu Fini. And do we want to bring... I'm going to bring Gigalith as well. Kind of running out of time. I'm probably yakking a bit too much, but we'll see how we get on in this first match. Hopefully we're alright. We're not featuring the Flygon, but do be patient, because when we feature it, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. The Flygon is very cool. And I put Flygon in there, really, because I didn't want to just throw Garchomp in there. Garchomp makes a lot of sense in that slot, but we needed some sort of ground immunity, and we needed a ground type as well. So Flygon kind of fits that bill. So I've kind of built it in a way where it can work. So we see my opponent lead off with that Bravery and the Hariyama. We are running Brave Hariyama, so we may be outsped by the opposing Hariyama. So I'm just going to go for a fake out into the Bravery, and I'm going to go for a... I've got a Sash on Nihiligo. I don't want the Sash to be broken. So I'm just going to go for a Protect onto my Nihiligo, because it doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes going for a fake out and Protect, but this turn I don't want the Sash to get broken, so I need to protect it. So that fake out, if it does come into that slot, then at least we're maintaining that Sash for later in the game. So we do get the Protect off with the Nihiligo. Which Hariyama's going to go first. It is just going to, we're just trading fake outs here, so we will get the fake out onto the Bravery. Do a decent amount of damage. And nice thing is, we're going to activate our Flame Orb this turn and discover that the opposing Hariyama doesn't have a Flame Orb. So we can... I think that Bravery is probably in Power Gem range, but will it stay in? That's the question. And do we want to lose? Because if it's Scarfed, it'll outspeed my Nihilego, and it could just take out my Hariyama. So you could switch in Gigalith here. Or actually, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go for a close combat into the opposing Hariyama with mine, and I'm gonna go for a power gem into that bravery. So the bravery withdraws, so kind of indicating that it's not Scarfed. In comes the Garchomp. It's not too bad. Get the power gem off into it. Do a decent amount, not a lot, but yeah. And then we see a heavy slam, which is into my Nihilego. Does take us down to our sash, but we will get a close combat off onto this Hariyama, and because of that flame orb, it does pick up the KO, which is super nice. Let's see, my opponent probably will bring in maybe the bravery here. I wonder if that Garchomp is Scarfed, or whether it's just the standard Tech Rage Garchomp. Because the problem is with protecting my Nihilego here, is that Garchomp could just go for Tech Rage into it. But we can just attack the bravery, to be honest, and get rid of it. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to go for another close combat into the Garchomp, and I'm going to go for a power gem into that bravery. I don't think the bravery is Scarfed. If the Garchomp's Scarfed, though, we're in a bit of trouble, because we will lose both Pokemon, because we'll probably see a combination of Earthquake and then a Brave Bird into the Hariyama, which after the close combat drops will pick up the KO. You just see Garchomp protect here, though. Do outspeed that bravery. Nihilego putting in some work and picks up another kill. So we're on +2 now. And our close combat will just go into that protect on the Garchomp. So let's see. We do have, I've put a helping hand on the Hariyama as well, because it helps in situations where my opponent leads with Tapu Lele or Tapu Fini. I can help in hand Sludge Bomb into that slot, and it will pick up the kill, because we're running Modest. What have we got in the back? Let's think. Gigalith and Tapu Fini. We could really do with a Trick Room here. I don't think a helping hand Sludge Bomb is going to be enough to take down that Garchomp. If we can get rid of the Garchomp, though, we're going to be... Yeah, I'm going to go for a close combat into the Garchomp, and I'm just going to protect my Nihilego this turn. Let's see what my opponent goes for. Be nice to try and get the Trick Room off, but I don't think we're going to be able to. And it's going to mean us getting it off is going to mean manoeuvring around, and we're going to put ourselves in a bad position when we don't really need to. So, just see protect from my Nihilego, my opponent's Nihilego. Earthquake from the Garchomp. We should be able to survive this from the Hariyama. Ooh, very close after that drop. But we do get the close combat off. Let's see what this does. Picks up the KO. Excellent, excellent. So, we probably will go down to the rough skin damage. And the burn damage here with Hariyama. But Hariyama's debut, he's putting in a lot of work. Oh, he does survive though. Okay, so we're in a nice position here. We're on +2 with Nihilego, and we're guaranteed to get at least one attack off with one of our Pokemon. So what I'm going to do is just to kind of cover myself, is go for a close combat with the Hariyama, and I'm going to go for a Trick Room with my Nihilego. Because if we can get the Trick Room off, we can bring Gigalith in and Tapu Fini, and we just say protect. So that's fine. It's fine. Close combat into the Nihilego. We get the Trick Room off. Hariyama will go down this turn, but we can just bring in Gigalith and go for an Earthquake and pick up the KO. Easy KO. So let's bring in the Gigs. Big bad Gigalith. And we know the... yeah, I will protect, because this Nihiligo is probably sashed, I'd imagine. So I'll just protect my Nihiligo. Go for the Earthquake. And protect. And this should be game. Should be. Unless something crazy happens. What's my opponent thinking about? My opponent just forfeits. Yeah. So, nice way to start the match. And Nihiligo and Hariyama putting in a lot of work there. So, I do really like that lead with Nihiligo and the Hariyama. And I have put Trick Room on my Nihiligo because although I'm running a fast Nihiligo, just having that Trick Room switch on it supports the Gigalith and the rest of the team and things like that. And Hariyama gives enough support a lot of the time for you to be able to, you know, either get an attack off with Nihiligo, helping hand boosted, or just you can kind of just go for the fake out and set up a Trick Room if you need to, and then maneuver yourself in to Gigalith Hariyama on the field or something from there. So, as like I say, as we go through these matches, we'll go through the team, and we have our next opponent straight away. So, Battle Spot is live tonight. It's very busy. So. Good for you guys, not waiting around so much. And my next opponent has a team of Tapu Koko, Buzzwole, Golduck, Alolan Muck, Porygon 2, and Pelipper. So this looks like Tommy Cooline's very famous rain team, or a version of it at least. So let's think. There is obviously the Pelipper put a lot of pressure onto the Hariyama with the Hurricane, if it does carry it. The Golduck's always going to be a threat with that Hydro Vortex in the rain. Porygon 2. The Buzzwole's going to be a problem as well because of the Gigalith and getting it into a position where we can kind of not be threatened by it and start chucking out big rock type attacks. So what are we going to do? I'm going to lead off with Hariyama, Tapu Fini. Here I'm going to bring Gigalith and might bring Arcanine to this match. Doesn't seem like or am I not? Flygon. I'll bring Arcanine. My thinking behind bringing Arcanine is really to try and get Intimidate onto that Buzzwole, to try and just weaken it. This is not going to be an easy match, but we'll see how things get on. I think Hariyama is going to provide a lot of support here, so we need to play it a lot smarter than my opponent, which you need to do in every Pokemon game, don't you? So, you see my opponent lead off with the Tapu Koko and the Golduck. So the obvious thing here for my opponent would be to Volt Switch into the Hariyama or Volt Switch into the Tapu Fini, bring in the Pelipper and get a big water type attack off with that Golduck. But is that too obvious? Because what I could do is go for a fake out into the Golduck and just predict the protect on the Tapu Koko. But it's risky doing that because if the Tapu Koko just attacks straight into my Tapu Fini, then we're not in a great position. So I think I will just go for the fake out into the Tapu Koko just to kind of cover myself. It is early game, we don't want to make too many big mistakes here. And I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind with my Tapu Fini at this point. Just get some Calm Minds under my belt. And hopefully that'll support us through the rest of the game. And there's the protect from the Tapu Koko. So we could have been a bit more ballsy and went for that fake out into the Golduck, predicting that. And here's a Hydro Vortex. So this is probably going to be into the Hariyama slot. But I wonder if Harry can survive this. You've got to remember as well, in this situation where we've got the Misty Terrain up, Hariyama's Flame Orb can't activate, so we're not going to go down to burn damage if we just survive. The rain's not up as well, so we may do. Like a champ. Like a champ. So we do get the Calm Mind up, which is nice. It's going to give us a bit more protection against that Tapu Koko's electric type attacks. So here, what can we do? What can we do? Do I want to preserve the Hariyama? And just let it go down. I think letting it go down might be the better option here. So I'm just going to go for a Helping Hand, and I'm going to go for a Muddy Water with my Tapu Fini. So no switches, so we probably will see a Volt Switch come out from that Tapu Koko. And there's the Volt Switch. And I wonder if the Pelipper is going to come in at this point. And that's a reason for me not wanting to switch out my Hariyama, because we get the Gigalith in, the sound would go up, and then the Volt Switch would just go off and it would just overwrite our sound. So it's better off just letting the Hariyama go down in this situation. But in comes the Buzzwole. Okay. And there's a Scald from the Golduck. This will take the Hariyama down. But this just gives us a free switch in, and we can bring it in the Arcanine now, which is going to be nice. We do get a Muddy Water off with our Fini. Does hit both targets, which is nice, so some accuracy drops here would be great. And we get one on the Golduck, and no, none on the Buzzwole. But that's alright, I don't mind that too much. So I will bring in my Arcanine here. Like I say, I want to put off bringing the Gigalith in until that Pelipper is on the field. Right. And I am running Misty Seed on my Arcanine, so we have got the special defensive boost now. I think here what I'm going to do is just go for an Extreme Speed into the Golduck, and oh no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for an Extreme Speed. We probably are going to see a Water type attack come out into the Arcanine, but we'll be able to survive it even in rain. So yeah, I'll go for an Extreme Speed into the Buzzwole and a Muddy Water, just to kind of cover bases, because we'll probably see the Pelipper maybe come in on that slot. So the Golduck does withdraw, Tapu Koko comes in. Puts the Electric Train up on the field. Get the Extreme Speed off. Now this should put the Buzzwole into Muddy Water range, but it does outspeed Fini, which is a bit unfortunate, but has been intimidated, so we should be able to take that. Do pick up the poison though, which isn't ideal at all. Muddy Water does hit though, which is the main thing. Let's see if we can take this Buzzwole down. Oof, Buzzwole just survives. Okay, But that Tapu Koko is probably in Extreme Speed range. But I want to get rid of the Buzzwole here, so I'm going to go for that, and I'm just going to... Should I protect? I'll go for another Muddy Water. I'm just going to protect the Tapu Fini here. Tapu Koko protects, which is ideal. So we should be able to get rid of the Buzzwole, which is nice. And then the next turn we'll be able to get rid of that Tapu Koko. That poison's not brilliant, but we should be able to get around it. It should be okay. Should be okay. And in comes the Pelipper. So we're probably going to see a Tailwind here. Just an attack, double attack into the Arcanine. But I will just go for an Extreme Speed into the Koko. It is very obvious, and I'm just going to go for a Muddy Water with my Tapu Fini. So hopefully the Extreme Speed is enough to take down that that Coco. We are running a very, very offensive Arcanine, so it should be enough to take it out. And remember as well that we have had this special defensive boost onto the Arcanine as well, so we'll be able to take the water type attacks that kind of get fired off at us a lot easier. And whether it'll be interesting to see if my opponent actually just switches the Coco out at this point to preserve it for the Golduck. But I mean, if he does that, the Golduck's going to probably then be in range for an Extreme Speed. So yeah, there's no switch out there. Extreme Speed is enough to take out this Tapu Koko. And there's a Tailwind. So we will get a free Muddy Water off. So fingers crossed it does hit with that Finny. Muddy Water does hit. Excellent. It should do decent damage. It's in the rain, we're boosted. Does really good damage. I wonder if that Pelipper's now in Extreme Speed range. Could well be. We aren't running Protect on Arcanine, so we've not got the luxury of having the Protect there. And I don't mind the Tapu Fini going down now because we've got Gigalith to bring in. We'll be able to get our weather up, and you know, both Pokemon should be in range to go down to a combination of attacks. So I think I'll go for an Extreme Speed into the Pelipper, and I'm just going to go for another Muddy Water here. And we'll see if Finny gets through this turn. My opponent maybe predicts an attack. He might double into the Arcanine, which would be ideal. But we just see the Pelipper Protect here. Probably going to see a Scald come out from that Golduck, which will mean we'll get a Muddy Water off with our Finny here. Yeah, Arcanine able to take that, which is nice. Get the Muddy Water off. Please hit the Golduck. And it does. Excellent. So this Golduck is definitely going to be in Extreme Speed range now. I'd imagine maybe, I don't know. Finny just holding on. Okay, so now I'm just going to go for the same. I'm going to go for an Extreme Speed into the Pelipper. Hopefully it's enough. And just go for another Muddy Water. I've got to hope. Got to hope. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will be enough. Extreme Speed. Is it enough? It's enough! Yay! Arcanine putting in some work. And we've seen Ice Beam come out from the Golduck. And now we've got Gigalith to bring in. Get that weather in our advantage. And then we've got the Extreme Speeds to fire off with our Arcanine. So bringing Gigs again to end the match. And I've got the Z move on Gigalith here, so even if that Golduck does go for a Protect, we should be able to pick up the KO with the Continental Crush through the Protect, and pick up a win, another win. So really good start to the episode here. We'll go for an Extreme Speed into the Golduck and go for that huge Continental Crush into the Golduck. Hopefully we get to the finishing style here. So no Protect coming out, just an Extreme Speed, and Arcanine stealing the show there. I think Arcanine, has it picked up a KO on every single Pokemon that my opponent had? Don't know, definitely did the Pelipper, definitely did the Golduck, definitely did the Tapu Koko, and what was the other one? The Buzzwole. Yeah, it did. Arcanine, 4-0, Arcanine. That's why Arcanine's so good. That is why Arcanine's used all the time. And it's nice because the Arcanines that I've been playing on the channel recently have been bulky and very supportive Arcanines, whereas this Arcanine that we've got here is a very offensive Arcanine. So it's quite a nice change, and just showing really there how good Extreme Speed is. I'm sure you guys already know this already, but really nice to kind of see that. But guys, that is it for today. It's been absolutely amazing to be back. Really great. It's been nice being away, but I mean, I have missed doing this, so I hope you guys have really enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. If you've got any comments or anything you want to know about the team or the battles that we've played today, just drop them in the comment section below and I will get back to you ASAP. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's episode, because we'll be back with another episode with this team. Hopefully we'll feature that Flygon, because I'm super excited about that, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy seeing it. So we've featured most things today except the Flygon, so hopefully we can feature that a bit more tomorrow. We'll start having some more, hopefully climbing up the ladder, get a few more standardish teams that we can kind of face off against and show you what this team can do, and then we'll finish up on Friday. But remember, our Team Juice team building episode will be on Friday as well, so do stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks again as always. Go away, enjoy the rest of the evenings, whatever you're doing, take care of yourselves, and until then guys, I will see you then. So coin, catchphrase, ending as always, bye bye.